Hello, welcome to Binary Unit. This is a very platform where we teach artificial intelligence and different aspects of AI. So AI is a new, not new now, actually is a buzzword going around, right? And this platform provides you a chance to learn such skills. Let me give my introduction. I am a principal data. My name is Noman Abro. I am a principal data scientist. I am a quantitative researcher and a lead engineer at Stratus 21. And I love teaching. Like I have been instructing AI in many institutes, and the founder of Binary Units, the very platform where you are actually getting the chance to um, learn AI and statistics, right? So our goal is to make it possible for everyone to learn that skill. That's why the topic suggests like artificial intelligence and statistics for everyone, right? But there are minimum requirements that we are encountering, like so the audience that we are targeting must have a basic knowledge of mathematics and statistics, also a basic knowledge of programming, right? The computer language programming, right? But if you don't have those skills, we still try to make this as simple as possible from scratch, right? Let's go in. Let's go in. Okay, so for your motivational, we have a quote. It says like, "Year spent in artificial intelligence is enough to make one believe in God," right? It means just like that when you teach, like, I mean, when you learn AI, um, and when you teach models how to learn from the data, you actually understand your brain. You actually copying your brain, right? This is the definition of AI, to mimic the human brain. And when you see your brain, you come with a assumption and with the fact that yeah, the complexity of a brain, of a human brain, tells us that there must be a super being we which have created us all, right? That what Alan Parley says. Okay, so before moving to the AI, we have a problem. To understand AI, we have to understand this problem. So we have a series of numbers as input series, and we have a series of number as output series, right? So when we put zero, and in between those series there is box, right? We assume there is a box, and inside a box some calculation is going on. Okay, some addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, like we do, I don't know. So when we put 0 in that box, it generates 32, right? It performs some calculation and generates 32. So whenever I put 0, result will always be 32. And whenever I put 8, result is 46.4. And whenever I put 15 in that box, it generates 59. And 22, it generates 71.6, right? So you have to actually think what kind of calculation is performed by that box, that black box. Okay, so we have a question. So if you understand what's going on, then tell me this: what it would be the value of 38 when we put inside that black box? You can pause this video for a minute or two and come up with the answer. Try to solve this, right? But if you can't solve this, like let me help you. Go through with this, right? Right? Go through with me. Okay, so for suppose that black box is like this. It has equation of x plus 32. If I do that, and if I say x is now, since our first value is 0, right? And we know that 0 plus 32 is actually, this is plus, right? Sorry for my handwriting. 0 plus 32 is actually 32, right? So this is fine. I mean the first, if you see on the slide, our first um, pair is fine. 0, when I put 0, and the answer is 32. But whenever I put 8, now 8 plus 32 equal to 40. But our answer is 46.4. So that equation that we have created here for the black box is good, but it's not good enough. Like whenever we have new data, the equation got something else. So maybe x plus 32, and who knows, plus 6 more, like plus 6.4, But again, we can guess this. We can only place like x plus uh, 38.4, or maybe multiply x with 2, multiply x with 2 and plus 32. So we can guess this and we can create all this kind of equations, right? So but we have to somehow find the combination of those, right? So now let me tell you a very interesting point. So if you can't solve this, the human brain have 80 billion neurons, right? If you can't solve this, do you know what? Artificial neuron, which is single neuron, right? Artificial single neuron can solve this, and within seconds. So this is basically a kind of competition between human and machine. So you have to come up with an answer. Otherwise, a single artificial neuron can solve this, right? So let's see what the answer is. It's 100.4. Okay. If some of you guys have found 100.4, congratulations, you have got the right answer. But if most of you, and this is the case, like 95% people fail to answer this, because it's a typical human behavior. Let's see what was inside the black box. It's F equal to C and multiplied by 1.9 plus 32, right? It's a Fahrenheit equal and Celsius. So now you amaze yourself, like you must have learned this equation somewhere in physics, in math class, or in first year entry class, or who knows, right? But you must have come across this equation. So that was it. I mean, that was the actual thing going on, that black box. Like when you now here C is basically your X, right? Here C is your X, and your result is it comes with F, which is Fahrenheit here, right? So when you multiply 0 with 1.8, it's again 0, and plus 32 is 32, right? When we multiply 8, like here, if I take this example, 8 with 1.8 and plus 32, it will give you 46.4, and so forth, so go on, right? Yeah, this was it. This was the pair equation behind it. Now you must be amazed, like what's the connection between this and AI? So let me come with the traditional software development. So if you know what the software development is, it's a whole process how we can create software, like software applications. So in that you have input data, you have output data, and you have the logic. So for example, uh, like for example, I'm coming with this slide actually. So this is a Python function. The Python is a language for programming. We will come towards Python as well. We will come with Python as well. So Python is a programming language, right? And if I want to if I want to say like, hey, try to give me an application would convert Celsius into Fahrenheit. You know what the equation is, right? You know what the equation is. You know the logic, what the logic is. Only you need is data, right? And you pass the data and you get the answer, right? So this is input data, that is output data, and you know the algorithm. But in machine learning, you don't know the algorithm. Like just like the case I just show you with, right? You have the input data, you have the output data, but you don't know what is the connection between input and output data. You feed the pair of data to the algorithm, and an algorithm tries to find out what is the relation between input and output. Just like with the problem, you guys were trying to find out what is the connection between input and output, right? So this is the difference between traditional software development and machine learning. Like in traditional software development, you know everything. You have to code. You only have to write a program to do the actions. But in machine learning, you only have data, and you don't know what is the connection between these two data. And the algorithm will try to understand. Algorithm will try to create the connection. Algorithm will try to convert the black box into a white box, right? And it will give you answers. So uh, how to actually algorithm. What's algorithm? Basically a step by step plan to achieve something, right? So in order to create the calculation, the white box, in order to create the white box, you have to apply models, you have to apply algorithms. So right now you can see here there's some kind of blue balls, sand balls. Basically these are the neurons, just like similar to our brain. Neuron is the one of the smallest particle of a brain, which shares this data, which sends the signals to this different neuron. Hey, I got this data, and now it's your turn. What do you think about this data, right? And that's how our brain actually calculates everything: what we see, what we hear, what we touch, right? So this is how it gives input and output data to each neuron, and each neuron try to create a relation between every pair of the data. So this is the first part of this introduction of AI slide and presentation. We'll come again with a different part, but I hope if you stick together, we will come across with a huge course that's in the line. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching and keep updated with us. Stay with us with Binary Unit. We will get more such videos. Thanks so much.